This is about HSBC Holdings plc and what is the real story. My name is Mason-Mahon and I'm a very small shareholder in HSBC Holdings plc. The reason I'm doing this is to challenge the behaviour of the chairman, the chief executive, Mr. Flint and Mr. Gulliver, and the board of directors of HSBC Holdings and their behaviour. This is not going to be all about a statement. I'm going to give you the facts of how I found them. But first, the State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission in India cascaded the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited due to the unlawful function of the bank. A judge wrote, the judgment clearly held that there was a deficiency in service rendered by HSBC, which had acted against the guidelines issued by the RBI and Banking Code Standards Board of India. It regarded to the code of the bank's commitment to customers. There have been so many complaints over the last 6 years. Over 505,000 complaints. HSBC has registered, they have resolved over 505,000 of these complaints. But I have dealt with many complainants in India personally and helped them. And what I have found, there were allegations made of threats, intimidation, demanding money with menace, wrongly being put on CBIL, the misuse of CBIL. Yet when the chairman has been challenged over this, he has done nothing that we can see, and the people that I have helped. We are asking for Indians around the world to unite, but more importantly, for shareholders to look more closely at what has been going on in India. Some of the customers tell you stay away from HSBC if you want a peaceful life. Others turn around and will say this is the worst bank that they've ever dealt with. HSBC is a very good bank. I just have a very serious problem with the board of directors and their behaviour towards not only the complainants in India, but their complaints and the way they handle them. Yes, a bank does make mistakes. The chairman will tell you everything is based on their reputation. But I can assure you, their reputation amongst the customers and non-customers and the people that they have falsely registered with CBIL, their reputation, they don't have one. And that is the worrying thing, is that I believe that through their actions and inactions and their behaviour towards Indians, not only in India but Indians around the world, I seriously question, and I have done at this year's AGM, have they actually looked upon the Indians as easy targets for their legal and illegal practices? I don't mind if what this bank turns around and says about me. But it's the way that they have ruined so many people's lives in India that I strongly object to. The statement I read from the judge was in 2009. We are now in 2012 and still the same practices are going on. When will it stop? The chairman talks about his reputation, the chief executive talks about courageous integrity and HSBC values. Courageous integrity is fearless honesty. Yet the chairman, when asked specific questions, is ready to supply false and misleading information to shareholders like he did in the 2011 AGM, where he turned around and stated to be registered on CBIL was an invidious irritation. I can assure you, and Indians around the world and people in India will tell you, It is not an invidious irritation. It affects every part of their life. So why would the chairman try to mislead? Or if he wasn't misleading, was he just ignorant to the fact? This wasn't certainly courageous integrity. It's my personal belief it was faint-heartedness and cowardice. When you look at our board of directors, they are legally responsible for the actions of the whole of the bank around the world. It is therefore that I have and am encouraging Indians in India who have complaints about HSBC Holdings PLC and the Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporations Limited in India and the Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporations Limited is to turn around, send their complaint to the chairman and to the Treasury Select Committee here in the United Kingdom, so that eventually something can be done about this board of directors, and in particular about this chairman. You can go on any website and put in HSBC Complaints India, or look at Consumer Complaints in India. Not only will you be shocked, but I have, myself personally, I have been disgusted that people would actually act this way. And in the last 6 years, we have turned around and paid or awarded pay and bonuses to 4 directors of £101 million. The main question is this courageous integrity? Is this HSBC values? Because I can tell you from my personal belief, I haven't found them to act with courageous integrity when dealing with complaints in India. And if their values, I have found no values in them. When you turn around and ruin somebody's life, or falsely register them on civil, or turn around and send a bank statement to the wrong address for 5 years and still add on charges, what sort of people are these? I honestly believe our society and decent people can no longer afford this courageous integrity of these values of this board of directors of HSBC Holdings PLC. And it's time that they decided to leave, because at the end of the day, how many more people's lives will they have to ruin before shareholders, governments and the world realizes what this bank has been doing?